Hello everyone, welcome to my channel Nikitinaknits. My name is Evgeniya, and in this video I would like to review the book The Wonder of Wool by Justine and Jess Morency, A Knitter's Guide to Pure Breed Sheep. The book came out in August 19 of 2025, and when I saw this book out, when I read what is it about and who wrote it and why, I was so excited and so inspired, and I really wanted to get it in my hands. Finally it is here. I've been enjoying a lot reading through the book. It is literally a piece of art, I'm very honest with you, and for a knitter who is extremely passionate about yarn and fiber, and especially for those who care about sustainable approach to farming practices, this book is going to be just a gem out there. So grab your knitting, grab your favorite drink, in my case is some mint tea today, and let's go together through the journey behind The Wonder of Wool. The Wonder of Wool is a book about sheep breeds and the wool they produce. Instead of treating wool as one generic material, this book focuses on how different sheep create very different fibers. The book makes it very clear that wool is not accidental. It is a result of sheep adapting to their environment over generations. Also, the book describes a sustainable and ethical approach to farming practices, which matters a lot with the rise of fast fashion industry. Besides a deep dive into British breeds and the story of wool production, we also have exclusive knitting patterns that celebrate the unique qualities of British sheep. So now a few words about the authors. The book is written by two British women, Justine and Jess Morency. Justine is a knitwear designer. She also has completed master's degree in sustainable textiles. She is so passionate about breeds of sheep and how it behaves in a fabric. She is of course very passionate about sustainable approach, so that everything is made in an ethical way. The animals are treated correctly, the people who work in the farms, and everything is just produced in a very good manner without harming the environment and supporting local production, supporting small businesses, and so on. Jess Morency is a feature writer and novelist. She's at the moment doing her PhD in creative writing. I find it very fascinating because the book is very easy to read, is very kind to the reader, and is very creatively written. Now we understand why. She is also a very experienced dressmaker, but to her disappointment, she could never really start knitting, even though she tried to learn a lot. The book only comes in hardcover. There is no soft cover and there is no digital download, so only physical book is available for the purchase. Inside the book you find 144 pages, 10 exclusive knitting patterns that are only presented in the book, and a deep dive into 62 breeds of sheep with a full description of every characteristic of every wool that is different from breed to breed. So there's 62 breeds mentioned, and very interesting information that is going to help you to choose your wool better if you really care about the impact on the environment from the producers of the wool. In Europe, the book is sold for 24 euros and 80 cents, and in the US it is sold for $26.90. The paper is very sturdy, it feels very good quality, it doesn't smell like chemicals or any sort of, paint. Sometimes it's like very sharp smell when I open some books. I specifically like the style of the book and the fonts that I used, and I just think they did a very good job on designing. And when I open the book, I feel very grounded, I feel connected with nature, I feel like I want to make more thoughtful choices, knit with even more natural yarn, and to really know where it comes from. And it really slows you down because look at this, look at these animals. So what specifically impressed me in the book when I open it is these gorgeous swatches. So the pictures of the swatch looks like it's just attached to the wall, and you even maybe can touch it. Quite realistic pictures that truly represent the texture of the wool. Even though we cannot touch it, it does feel like literally the book has real swatches attached to the paper. Fascinating. And what I also like is the sheep, the drawings of the sheep. It looks like it was just a piece of paper attached to the book itself, and you feel like it's just a story from someone from really old times that just took their time to put fabrics and drawings of their sheep, and now you have it all in the book together. Let's take a look at the contents. We have introduction and the brief history of sheep in the first few chapters. Also the reflection on fast fashion and how the wool is produced, how we can make it better, and what is actually happening in the world of wool production. Next section is the main section. It is a breed directory with all of the descriptions and deep dive into the breeds of sheep. This is when we actually get connected with animals, with nature, and with the history behind every single fleece that then is used to create yarn. And then the last very logical part, projects, what we can actually knit with those beautiful fleeces from the sheep. So as I already said, the photography is just outstanding. I'm really looking forward to learn how to take beautiful pictures of my knits that are connected with nature. And this book really inspires me with these soft tones, with black and white photography, with this very soft muted lighting, with very beautiful perspectives and the sheep. Look at this. Oh my goodness. So here is the introduction part. Very beautiful photography, information about wool production, and a deep dive into slow fashion, why it matters and how it feels to actually apply slow fashion into your life, and what it means to produce wool in a slow, sustainable way. Gorgeous, I love it. Look at these cute balls of yarn. And now we enter the breeds section, and look at this. Oh my god, next time I'm traveling to England or to Scotland, I'm going to look at these yarns from completely different perspective because I will know so much about them. So many different names that are hard for me to pronounce. Blue-faced Leicester, Cotswold, British milk sheep, Romney, Masham, love it. Dorset, Cheviot. Now I want to share a little bit about my personal spark, why I wanted to discover a lot of different breeds of sheep. First of all, because I'm crazy about yarns, and I think I enjoy choosing yarn and touching yarn and knowing how it is produced a bit more than the actual knitting process. So a lot of my garments are quite plain and they're stockinette mostly because I appreciate the yarn a lot, and even though I will be needing color work and texture in the future, I still like to admire the yarn. And the second reason is that I got this beautiful yarn that is called Rambler. It is produced entirely in the US by the Woolly Thistle yarn shop, but that yarn shop is very special because they source a lot of yarn from Europe. They're very inspired by British yarns. They sell a lot of yarns that are not available in the US, and this is the yarn that they actually produce. And they say that they were inspired by British breeds. And when I was reading the contents, it says 80% Dorset, 10% Corriedale, and 10% Romney. And that was the first moment when I thought, I want to know exactly what it is Dorset, what it is Romney, what it is Corriedale, and why would you mix specific fleece in that specific ratio, what characteristics it gives. And I was really interested on choosing my next project with a bit more creative approach if I would know all of this information. So that was just at the back of my mind. And when I saw this book, as I already said, I just knew I will have to knit with this. I have to say that this yarn is quite soft comparing to some other British yarns that I've touched in the yarn shop. Each hank contains of 100 grams, and I do have an affiliate link to share with you, meaning if you buy this yarn through my link at no cost to you, I will get a small commission. And they also store a lot of different British yarns, and I will be very grateful if you use my affiliate link if you decide to buy anything from the Woolly Thistle, because I'm partnering with that gorgeous shop. So the knitting patterns, what can I say? This is so beautiful. So let's go through them. First, you have tools, materials, and sizing, a lot of interesting tips on many different details that are important to get your pattern done in the best way. Imagine you knit the jumper with this gorgeous wool and you know that it comes from this cute sheep. So here at the first picture, we have the main character, our little friend, that is producing this gorgeous fleece for us to use. There's a description of what characteristics this wool is going to give to the project. And then we have the picture of the actual pattern, how it looks. The model wears it in a very beautiful nature scenery. So this pattern is knitted bottom up. You knit flat all of the pieces and then you sew them together. The whole attention falls on this gorgeous marling effect of this interesting yarn texture. And the sweater itself is very minimalistic and wearable, and it is a unisex pattern. We have this beautiful marled effect and you can clearly feel how cozy and warm the sweater is. Next one is Cola Gillette or Gillette in Leicester long wool. This one I really love and I want to make this so bad. Look at how beautiful it is styled with this long skirt, with these harsh boots, and with this gorgeous white t-shirt, with this little wave detail at the front of the whole coat. But at the same time, you're still able to appreciate the whole structure of the yarn and question, what is this made from? The construction is again bottom up, it is knit flat and then sewn together. The shoulders are joined using decorative stitching called chain stitch. I guess you can learn quite a lot of interesting knitting techniques when knitting the patterns. So it is an iron weight project and is knit on 4.5mm needles. Gorgeous, definitely is going to be on my needles. Moina sweater in border Leicester. Well, it looks like it's one of the softest yarns because it has quite a high mock neck, and I guess they wouldn't use very rustic wool to the neck. I really wonder how it feels to the touch. So this sweater is again bottom up, it is flat, it is sewn together. Even the sleeves you also need flat and then you sew them together. And the sleeves have a very beautiful colorwork section that is also knitted flat. As I can recognize, that is a raglan construction, and I've never done a raglan construction that is sewn together before. Very interesting. Again, so much appreciation for the photography, and just look at that. Ah, look, there's also embroidery with colorwork section. So it's not only colorwork, it is also embroidery on top. Very unique and beautiful. Next one is Carol Fair Isle jumper in blue-faced luster. Look how interesting and unique the face of the sheep is. Wow, look at this colorwork. We have hearts, we have trees, we have deer or sheep, different elements of nature. And this sweater could be easily your festive sweater, either if you wanted to make it in neutral, natural colors or in bright dyed colors, could be also really beautiful. Oh, actually this one is worked top down on 5mm needles. At the back of the neck there is some German short rows to ensure the good fit, and then you just keep going with stranded knitted colorwork featuring the round yoke construction, and then there is a little cable, like a little texture before the hem begins in the bottom of the sweater. Very beautiful sweater, iron weight yarn. Tara cardigan in Castle Milk Murrit or Murrite. Oh, this one I like so much. The only thing I would change here is I would think how I would do the cable motif also in the sleeves. While I still like the look of that and it looks a bit more balanced, right? Not all over cables and structure. I would still prefer to make it with cables, and I'm sure there should be a way to do that. So it is also knit bottom up with the body and sleeves flat, and then you connect everything together. The description says that it's ripped pattern that is made into the cable. So it is a ripped cable. The yarn weight, I guess, is sport weight or DK weight, and it's knitted on 4.5mm needles. Next one is Atha checkered hat in Jacob. And wow, look at this texture. Look at this mix of different natural colors. So it is an iron weight pattern knitted on 4.5mm needles and 3.5 for the ribbing. It is a Nordic style knitted hat. This hat comes in one size only, and as I understood is knitted bottom up, and it is a stranded colorwork. Really beautiful cozy hat. Seema sweater in Romney. I've heard so much about Romney and I really want to try it. Wow, look at this oversized, gorgeous, cozy jumper. So again, bottom up, everything is knitted flat and then sewn together. And at the bottom of the sleeves, we have very interesting minimalistic cables that add certain detail to the whole sweater. And I just imagine how it feels to get into this sweater for a long walk in the cold climate, or when you come from cold into your house and just cozy up in the couch. You see the texture of the yarn is so fluffy, and to me it looks soft. I don't know, I will need to try it of course, but it looks so plush and squishy. Malvina shawl in Portland. Very interesting twist from the yarn. And again, thanks a lot for the gorgeous photography. Just from the picture you can see how's the texture and even imagine how it feels in your hands. Look at this proud sheep. It's very nice. I think it knows how beautiful it is. Well, I've never seen anything like that. Such a unique shawl pattern. To me, it also looks like a scarf. I wouldn't need this specific shawl because it's not really my style, but I would for sure do it for gift knitting if I knew a person who would enjoy this. This is a light DK or DK weight project knitted on 3.75mm needles. What I also like about the book is actually it's mentioned in US terms as well. Oh, this one I like a lot. Orla Paisley Intarsia sweater in Cheviot. I've never tried intarsia before and I'm a bit overwhelmed by even thinking about it, but this is so inspiring. This is so casual but interesting. And I really like that the sleeves are narrow in the bottom because it's going to insulate your warmth. And this sweater is quite perfect for walking in nature or even in the mountains where the temperatures could go really low. The construction is again bottom up, back and front are worked separately flat, and the sleeves are actually knitted in the round bottom up. It's actually knitted on 3.25mm needles. Wow. Quite a lot of work, but really worth it. And to me it looks just perfect the way it sits. This rolled neck, the raglan decreases, looks so beautiful. Yulin sweater in black Welsh Mountain. Wow, this is a black, completely black sheep. Look at this texture, super relaxed sweater featuring a drop shoulder, looks very relaxed, very cozy. The sleeves are quite wide in the bottom that provides a very relaxed and feminine fit. And I like this mismatch of the stripes in the body. It creates some sort of asymmetry in the sweater, which always grabs attention and looks very interesting. It's knitted on 4mm needles with a DK weight yarn, and it is knitted flat, bottom up, very cozy and very warm jumper. And then after we have special techniques that are very clearly described, the sourcing guide, the names of the yarns, even pictures with the stitches, how you do certain things. The good news though is that they decided to gift one of the books to my lovely viewers, and if you want to participate in the giveaway and have a chance to win this book for free, all you need to do is to be subscribed to my YouTube channel and leave a comment down below simply about your whole impression about the book, what do you think about it, why you like it, and just clearly write that I want to participate in the giveaway so I can consider you. In 2 weeks from the day that this video is published, I'm going to be choosing the winners. I'll just collect all of the names for people who want to participate and choose them randomly with the randomizer app. And also I want to warn you that there's a lot of scammers out there, and you may be contacted with the words like, hey, you won the giveaway, give me your details or whatever. I will only announce the winners on my channel in one of my videos, so if you're watching my channel, you're not going to miss it. And also, of course, I will make a community post on YouTube so you can see the winner from the giveaway. If you're new here, I invite you to check out my channel. I do a lot of interesting pattern roundups. I speak a lot about the yarn. I even have the series that I called Yarn Nerd Series, where I review and speak about different yarns. Of course, I do also knitting podcasts and vlog where I share about my knitting. So thank you again very much for watching, for being here, and I'm hoping to see you soon in my next video.